Hi, I am Urvish Sukhadia. I am currently in my final year of mechanical engineering from Pandit Dindayal Petroleum University. Uh, and my final convert is IIM Shillong. I have confirmed my admission in IIM Shillong. So always when first I decided that I want to do an MBA and I am preparing for CAT, my first target was that no matter where I am standing currently, my final goal is that I want to score 99 plus percentile. So my constant focus was that no matter what I am scoring today, but finally in the final CAT exam, I want to score 99 plus percentile because the colleges I am targeting, anything less than that won't matter to me and won't make much sense. So that was my final goal. So Endeavor was a constant guiding force for me in the journey of CAT. So first of all, the first thing which helped me was that they focused. They were very focused about your reading ability. So when I first went to the class, they advised me that you have to read a book a week, so that you are it not only helps in CAT exam but also the afterwards process of interview or GD. So the first step was that I improved my reading ability very much. I was not reading as much before, but now I am reading a book a week, so that helped very much. And also the curriculum and the modules are designed are designed very nicely because they start with the basics. For example, there is a module 0, so you start with the basics and then you go on and improve your foundation over there. So after module 0 there will be module 1, there will be module 2, and then there is a 27 days to for example in quantitative. So they have designed the modules very nicely, so that helped me very much. In the test series, I feel that this year it was very challenging for everyone to design a test because no one knew about the paper pattern, no one knew how many questions were there, no one knew about how will be the difficulty in the exam. But I would applaud the test preparers in Endeavor because the tests were spot on. When I faced the final CAT exam, it was not very much different from what I was writing in the mock test. So the test helped beautifully in that, and also the the number of frequency of the test was also very good. The GDPI preparation started right after the CAT results were announced. So there were frequent interviews which were held in Endeavor, and also the interviews were not held generally; they were held specifically dedicated to institutes. For example, an MIMS interview would be different from what an IIM interview is, or an SIBM interview would be different from what XLRA interview is. So there were specific interviews dedicated to universities, and if you want more interviews, you can just ask on the portal and request an extra interview. So the GDPI preparation was also very good, and also this year the GD was not held in major universities, only it was held in SIBM Pune and SIBM Bangalore. So we were we were taught specifically about the SIBM because they do not have GD, they have group exercises. So there were constant group exercises which were held in after the CAT preparation process. In the as we all know that due to the pandemic, the classes were totally offline, so that was a big challenge because we were not expecting that when we started preparing for CAT. But one thing I should say that Endeavor was very quick to respond to that, because the day lockdown was announced, a week after that we started our online classes. So there was no time lost in that. And also there were many groups formed because in such exams you need a mentor or you need a guide to guide you to the process constantly. So for example, we had a overall group for all the students of CAT. Then we would have a cohort group which would have only 6 to 7 students. So in a cohort group we could ask queries, we could ask doubts, we could even request extra classes there which would be held. So that was handled very nicely, and there were frequent doubt sessions also. After a mock test there would be a YouTube stream there which would discuss all our doubts, which would discuss entire paper, which would discuss entire strategy how to approach a paper. And so yeah, that was a very nice, I think. The technical staff and all the other stuff was very efficient. For example, once I was giving a mock test and the portal suddenly shut down. So I emailed them that the portal is not working, and within 10 minutes they responded, and in the next 5 minutes the portal was working again. So the technical staff and all other support staff is very helpful and are very proactive. So it is not that you mail in the morning, you will receive the mail in the afternoon and then the query will be solved later on. In next 10 to 15 minutes after you post a query, it will be solved there and there. So that was very nice. And yes, the support staff was also very proactive in all the major queries with it. So as I mentioned that after a mock test there would be a YouTube stream on the portal discussing the entire mock test, what is the percentile you could expect if you are getting this much score. The second part and the most helpful part was that in the Endeavor portal there is something called word of the day. So every day you get a new word which most of the time you don't know that such word exists. So it was very nice because every day you learn a new word, and it is a 2 to 3 minutes video. The word is taken, its entire origins are discussed, how it is used is discussed, and many more things. The other part is about the news. So after every month you get a video about what were the major happenings in the entire month, so that you are updated with what is happening in the country and around the globe. So that if you are doing that during your CAT preparation strategy, then after the CAT exam, then you don't have much to do for the interview process because you've already prepared for a year for that also. So I think these three things were the highlight of the YouTube portal. First tip would be that do not give up at any point of time, because if you are in the current stage of the preparation, the scores do not matter much. The only thing matters is that you are learning from the mistakes and you are learning from where you are going wrong. So if I share my personal strategy, in the first mock test I scored about 79%. But I did not care much because I knew that I wanted to go for 99 plus, and I cannot give up at this stage. So if with every going mock you analyze the mock, you see where you are going wrong and you improve from there on. So do not give up first. Second would be that keep reading constantly, improve your reading habits, because generally if you are currently if you are currently studying or if you are in a working personnel, then the reading habit is not very good in our country. So improve the reading habits, read newspapers, read editorials, read novels, and that also helps in the verbal part, because in the verbal part reading speed is a major strength if you have that. So second is that. And third, that after you are done with CAT, the journey is not over. Start preparing for the interview process, because even if you are scoring good in CAT, the interview is the final decider. if you are doing good there, then only you will be selected for the part. So start preparing for the interview right after you are done with your CAT. So there was a time when I was not scoring too as I was expecting in the mock test. So I was really not very motivated at that time and thought that what are the other exams I can crack, because CAT is definitely not going to happen for me. So I was not at all motivated. But then we had a one-to-one session with an Endeavor faculty, and he told me that there are many students who used to score about 85 percentile or 90 percentile in the mocks, but were scored about 99 percentile in the final exams. So just that push, that motivation was needed for me. And then I started preparing vigorously. I started giving more and more tests. I started analyzing my mistakes, and from there on the journey was upwards, and I never looked back after that. If I am describing Endeavor in 3 words, for me it would be a guiding force, because Endeavor was all. First, I was when I was thinking about giving CAT, I was not sure that should I go for a coaching institute, should I go for that. But after 2 or 3 months in Endeavor, I realized that it is not possible to crack CAT without a constant guiding force with you. So Endeavor would be a guiding force for me, which helped me guide through the entire CAT process and also the interview process, and made me reach IIM Shillong.